The Chiefs needed this going into a huge game versus the Colts. We're going to talk about that matchup. Chiefs Kingdom, ACU crew. How we doing, ladies and gentlemen? Good to see everybody. Good to see you rolling in. Let's have a good night.
Steve.
Just ignore Mike. Mike's horned up for whatever reason.
I was fired up, man. I'm fired up to talk to the people.
Me too. You guys hit that like button. Let's get this out to more people. Share it with friends, whatever you got to do. Let's have some fun tonight. Real quick before we get started, shout out DraftKings.
Football season is in full swing. We're proud to say that All Chiefed Up has teamed with DraftKings Sportsbook to bring you the best ways to get in on the action this NFL season. DraftKings Sportsbook has industry-leading live betting market availability, meaning their odds update dynamically as the game unfolds, keeping you right in the middle of the most relevant storylines in real time. It takes your fan experience to the next level. And when it comes to betting on touchdowns, DraftKings has you covered with all your favorite options, including first touchdown scorer. So make no mistake about it, DraftKings Sportsbook has all your favorite ways to bet touchdowns this NFL season. Get in on the action and sign up using our promo code ACU. With DraftKings Sportsbook, the crowd is yours.
Let's freaking go, Chiefs Kingdom. Shout out DraftKings. Download it. Use the code ACU, baby. Use that promo code. Let's roll. Mike, looks like the Chiefs had everybody back at practice today. We even saw Isaiah Pacheco out there with a big, ugly brace on his knee. But we also had Kingsley back from that concussion. We also had Xavier Worthy practicing full, even with that ankle injury. So how do you think that's looking for the Chiefs going into this matchup? Because obviously, just as every other game this year, every week, it's a big one. Every game matters when you keep losing, right?
Worthy tweaked that ankle the other day. He missed, but he's back. Let me just bring this up. This is the Chiefs injury report. Kingsley didn't participate Wednesday, but today he was limited, so he's trending in the right direction. Worthy missed yesterday, but he limits today. And then the one that's, people's wanting Pacheco back, right? He had a full practice on Wednesday, but he went limited today, so he actually downgraded. He's had that big knee brace on for 2 days. Now, a lot of people is curious. Did he hurt the knee? What happened? Who did this? Who did that? People's asking questions. I think if we use our logic just a little bit, and again, I'm not an insider. I'm not there, and I don't claim to be. I don't claim to be a medical doctor, but this would be my logical thing, Steve, and you tell me if I'm right. First practice of the week is usually a light walkthrough install of what you're going to do next week.
Correct.
Then on Thursday, you put on maybe some shoulder pads. Maybe you don't, just depends. But you usually will start doing 11 on 11s. 7 on 7s. You'll start doing that and really implementing that. So if practice ticked up a little bit today and Pacheco's knee wasn't there, he could absolutely be a full participant on Wednesday during a light walkthrough. But when you amp up practice a little bit, then he becomes a little limited. So he can't do 11 on 11. You don't want him out there to hurt himself. He has to be put as a limited practice participant because he was limited. Correct?
Yeah.
So
yeah,
that's probably all it is.
I don't think there's any setbacks or anything like that. I think obviously a sprained MCL, it's a little bit different. If you think about last season, we had DeAndre Hopkins, who was actually playing all season with a partially torn MCL, who was waiting for the offseason to get the procedure done. Kind of like Xavier Worthy this season, playing with that torn labrum, but he's waiting for the season to be over to get the surgery that's required. So it's a little bit different because Isaiah Pacheco didn't tear anything. It's just sprained, which we all know everyone's sprained an ankle before. And sometimes they talk about how sprains are worse than breaks and things like that. So these kind of injuries, I mean, they're a little touch and go, right? They're going to flare up. They're going to be bad here and there. And it really depends day to day. And I think that's kind of what you would just kind of say about Isaiah Pacheco. He's kind of on a day-to-day situation at this point. Now, do I expect him to get back out there just fully ready to go on Sunday and play a full game? I doubt it. I highly doubt that. Will we see him in any capacity? That's my question. I don't know if maybe he'll get out there and get a few plays under his belt, or if they'll go ahead and wait, man. Because you would say, well, they can take it cautiously. They want to bring him back in slowly. But you're at a point in the season now where you're 5-5. You need to win out, basically, to make sure you can get into the playoffs. I think if he can go, you got to go. It's just kind of how it is, man. I mean, obviously you don't want to risk further injury, but at this point, there is no waiting around anymore.
There's no time to wait. But looking at that big ass brace on that knee,
Yeah.
I mean, I just don't know if he's ready to go just yet. Now, look, people
make
have
a
played through
difference.
this. Yeah, exactly. People have played through this. I mean, hell, Tajay Spears got drafted to the NFL, and dude didn't even have an ACL in one of his knees.
He don't even
Maybe
have
both.
any. He was born without him or something.
He just don't even have an ACL. Nobody give a rat's ass, and he's just out there like killing it there for a little while.
He don't even have knees, baby.
Yeah, it
His
is
legs
what
don't
it
bend.
is. But look, Pacheco, he don't cut all that much anyway. He just kind of runs right into the guy's back.
Well, I mean, that's my thing. We know how good Kareem Hunt has been this season, and we've seen how Andy will not use him fully in the last couple of weeks. A lot of people speculate on that, and they're like, well, they know he can't handle that big of a workload. They can't overwork him. He's too old. He's too this. I just don't see that, man. I think that Kareem Hunt's perfectly fine to take 20 handoffs in a game. I don't think he's going to fall over and have to retire after the game's over. He's a grown man. He's good. He's doing well.
Steve, Andy addressed this week. We talked about it on our last video. Andy said that he calls all the run plays, and Mahomes gets to the line because it's an RPO, and he sees what he wants to see, and he doesn't want to hand the ball off. He takes the cheap chip shot pass, whether it's 3 yards, 2 yards, 6 yards, 8 yards even. You might get lucky and break a tackle there. Who knows? But he didn't blame Mahomes. I think if you don't understand football, and a lot of people, Steve, said that we were trying to start something and say that. And if you listen to anything we said,
We were literally saying the opposite.
You plainly said, I don't think Andy Reid was trying to throw Patrick Mahomes under the bus. But people
Absolutely.
can't clean that wax out long enough to
that's
stop
the storyline,
telling
right?
you you're wrong.
You've seen it all week. Even like People was putting out an article about Andy Reid
Right.
taking a shot at Patrick Mahomes and stuff like that. So obviously the video, we packaged it up as, did Andy Reid take a shot at Patrick Mahomes? And then we answered it, no, we don't think that's what happened. And here's why. So, I mean, they have to actually click the video, watch the video, listen
Right.
to know what we're talking about. But a lot of people think when they read a headline that's the whole story.
But this goes back to what you were saying about Kareem Hunt. If Andy called, let's say, 20 RPO plays and Patrick Mahomes handed the ball to Kareem Hunt 20 times, then Andy Reid was fine giving Kareem Hunt 20 carries.
Right.
So you can't use the thing, oh, well, they're wanting to be easy with Kareem. No, they're not. They literally had in position that he could have carried the ball X amount of times if Mahomes had seen fit to do so.
Right.
So they're not, harboring his workload. They're not doing anything like that.
Right.
Like, these people play football. I don't know why people think this is such a touchy, put them in a bubble kind of thing.
No matter how it came out, right? Like, so now Andy Reid knows that the fan base, he knows that critics, he knows that, everybody, media, they all think that he's just not running the ball because he's Andy Reid and he refuses to do it. And they know that's a detriment. Mike, we're talking about the Buffalo Bills playing right now. They're playing the Houston Texans right this second. They're getting ran all over. In the 2 games after they played the Chiefs, Buffalo gave up a total of 400 yards rushing in 2 games. The most by any team in X amount of years. And
who could have ever seen that
right,
coming?
Exactly. And the whole narrative after the game was Andy Reid should have ran the football. They were daring him to run the football. He wouldn't do it. Okay, let's fast forward now. Andy has brought it up. Well, we call RPOs, and Patrick does what he thinks fit. And we go from there, which I'm okay with. Patrick Mahomes should have that. And if you're running an RPO, then run the RPO. If you think you should pass. But that's the problem. It's not running that play or executing that play the way it should be done. I don't hold it against Patrick Mahomes whatsoever. And I think that in a so-called way, like if you want to say Andy Reid was digging at Patrick Mahomes a little bit there, which I don't believe, Patrick Mahomes in a so-called way pushed back a little bit in his presser.
Yes.
So I think that's okay. It's out there now. So
because people jumped on the narrative, Steve, that
Right.
Patrick Mahomes can't read defenses.
Which is crazy.
And he wasn't doing the right thing. We should have been running those, but Patrick wanted to throw it. No, Patrick in this game was 7 for 7 on these throws, and he got positive yardage. He's seen what he's seen. That's what an RPO's for. But the point is like we said, if it's not a hard run, then
Exactly.
you do not have to run the ball. And like you said, Patrick said this today. Chiefs Patrick Mahomes on RPOs by Charles Goldman said, sometimes you've got to hand the ball off, even if the throw would get you 5 or 6 yards, just to keep that defense honest. Wonder who has said that?
Mike, that is the moral of the story here.
Huh?
I don't care how good of a look you have an RPO. And Andy plainly said, if we get 4 or 5 yards from the pass, it's the same difference as getting 4 or 5 yards from the run.
It's
so
not.
What's the big deal? It's not. And Patrick Mahomes called it out. It just absolutely isn't. You got to keep the defense honest. But like I went on and explained everything that happened between the coach and the quarterback. And now it's out into the open. And it's kind of a talking point amongst Chiefs Kingdom. Everybody's kind of starting to get an answer here or there, even if they're not completely genuine. But you're getting something back about not running the football. So what matters is, what do you do going forward? If you're Andy Reid, if you're Matt Nagy, you guys are coming up with the game plan, or you're calling plays in game. Like, what do you do going forward? From now on, do you keep continuing to just run RPOs? Which I think RPOs became very prominent in the NFL because of Andy Reid. He started that whole thing, and it just kind of took off, and everybody's doing it. But I also think it's starting to come out of the league a little bit. I've noticed this season, a lot of teams are getting away from it. They're getting back to the hard runs. They're getting back to play action passing. Now, I think that, do we do that going forward? Is it time for Andy to take his medicine and be like, okay, well, maybe I need to call X amount, or not even that. You can't really, it's hard to say when you just go into a game like, well, I'm going to run the ball this many times. I understand it's hard to say that, and it's hard to do that depending on what the defense is showing you. But I think you have to have a concerted effort to make sure that your running back gets the ball in his hands enough to keep a defense honest, because we have gone too many weeks watching defenses call our bluffs. We've gone too many weeks.
Yes.
It's making it tough on Patrick Mahomes. It's making it tough on our receivers, and it's causing us to lose football games.
Look, here's the thing. Last year, we didn't run as many RPOs. If you remember, we talked about that. We said maybe the Chiefs need to get back to the RPO a little bit, open the offense up a little bit.
Yeah.
This year, they started off not really doing it. About 2, 3, 4 games in, the RPO started coming back again, and we've seen that. And then you've seen the offense kind of take off a little bit. But again, that was probably Rashee Rice coming back and everybody getting healthy.
Right.
Look, the RPO is fine. It is fine and dandy. But the thing about it is you do have to have the hard runs. You can't call 25 RPOs. Patrick Mahomes, if the defense is giving you the short pass, he's going to take it. But if you call 25 potential runs and Mahomes sees 25 opportunities to pick up yardage, positive yardage, then he's done the play properly. So you have 0 runs at the end of that. So you didn't hold them honest at all. You've got to get back to playing. And like you said, yes, you can't call 20 runs and just be like, I'm calling 20 runs. I'm calling 25.
Right.
I'm calling 30. But you have to look at how the game's going, what your clock situation is. There's so many situations, and be like, dude, maybe on first down with 4 minutes and 10 seconds left, knowing if I just get a couple first downs and get in field goal range, we're winning this.
Right.
Run the ball on first down.
So,
don't stop the clock and force yourself to throw 2 more times. That's
kind of been my point, like all season long, is Andy Reid and this offense, they've always kind of had they've went to run the ball on second down. I think we all know this. Like, they're big on running the ball on second down. You see it all the time. It's almost like you can just call it. But the problem with that is, Mike, if you get out on first down and you throw an incompletion, you already put yourself behind the 8 ball. Okay? So I think that they need to have more runs on first down, right? Because that makes the field shorter for the first down. We have too many third and longs that we have to get done, and it's just making our third down percentage kind of suck. But like, we've got to start chipping away yardage early in the series, and not just end up at 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9, 3rd and 10 every freaking time, dude.
Right.
That's never going to work out for you. But just real quick, you mentioned the RPO, and they work sometimes, right? And I think a great example of that is in the Denver game. I think the best drive that we had that entire game was where he kept hitting Travis Kelce up the field. Boom, 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 boom. And those were RPOs. So, I mean, it's a double-edged sword. But at the same time, I'm all for using RPOs. I think Patrick is great at running the RPO. But we also have to run some hard runs and keep that defense honest. It's all about balance, man. And, I mean, I just think trying to blame not running the football enough or not, controlling the clock well enough on RPOs is kind of a cop-out. Love Andy Reid to death, but I think that was kind of a cop-out.
There just needs to be balance. There needs to be more balance. Look, Mahomes probably is calling the right play there sometimes. And then a lot of times he just wants to, he trusts himself. He thinks he'll make the first down. I think there needs to be more trust throughout to each other. I think all that has to go. I think Andy needs to trust more. Everybody needs to trust everybody more. The run game needs to be trusted more. Kareem Hunt needs to be trusted more. Patrick needs to trust that he can pick this up. He don't have to do it all himself. There's lots of things to go around, man. And I'll just say that maybe we need to put the RPO on ice just a little bit and get back to getting under center a little bit and playing football under center. The Chiefs under center is very effective. And we just don't want to do it a lot.
Yeah, we're one of the last in the league at actually running the ball. Or, like, not running the ball, but, I mean, running plays under center.
Under center, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that to me, is more effective right now than the RPOs are being. So I would love to get back to that, but I just don't think it's Andy Reid's style. I don't think it's what him, Nagy, and Patrick want to do as a whole.
Right. Mike, I want to get to the chat real quick. I know that Brenda is having a conversation with IAG in the chat, but I wanted to clip this little part because several weeks ago, we were talking about the Chiefs if they were able to pick up a running back. I told you that probably a good target, a real Brett Veachy target, was Dameon Pierce.
Yes.
Right? I brought that up because he was a guy that was drafted pretty high. He had a great rookie season, and then he hasn't really reached that potential yet, and that's what Brett Veach likes to go after. Well, he was released today. So the Texans released Dameon Pierce, and I know a lot of people have thrown that out. Like, do you think the Chiefs will take a stab at that? Possibility.
You know what I thought you were going to say? I thought you were going to be like, Dameon Pierce has ran for 200 yards versus Buffalo tonight. I thought you were going to say that.
No,
I didn't know he got released today.
No, but I mean, will they pick him up?
You could look at.
I absolutely wouldn't be opposed to that because I think you could get him for dirt cheap, and he's got talent.
Yeah, you may have to put in a claim for him, see what he gets. If he gets through waivers, you might have to fight other teams to get his services. I don't know. But you may have to do something like this because we spoke on this. When Brett didn't want to give up the third round for Breece Hall, when there was maybe he didn't want to give up a second, maybe he reached out to go get the cat from the Dolphins, Achan, but we don't know. But if you didn't want to give all that up, you've got to take shots at free agency. And when a guy like this becomes available, now look, he could have became available because maybe he's got attitude problems they don't want to deal with. Maybe he's got some kind of injury they're just not wanting to disclose. But if he gets through, I think you got to always kick the tires on these guys. And if he looks okay, I'm with you. I think you've got to bring him in here, especially with how lackluster this running back room is. And if you don't go to free agency to fix it, you have nothing at this point except for to call up on your practice squad.
Totally agree. We got Perry with the 2-bomb. Appreciate you, Perry. Says RPOs are good if there's a threat and not just a P.
Yeah, no, an R, not just a P.
Yeah. So, I mean, absolutely. You still, no matter what, you got to keep that defense honest. And just running RPOs is never going to accomplish you that because to run those effectively, sometimes you might have to pass the ball 90% of the time. So, I mean, you still, just like Patrick Mahomes said, sometimes you got to hand them off.
Perry said is that Patrick just needs to understand there's an O at the end of that. You have an option.
But no, I think Patrick does a good job of it.
You need to take what the defense gives you. And a lot of times, look, can't you use this to your advantage? If you know the Chiefs like to run RPOs and you want to take them out of a run game and you want to make them very one-dimensional, you're going to do what these guys are doing. You're going to make it look pre-snap that, hey, we can just take these quick passes, and then we're going to fire down, and take away the flats from you. We're going to take away these short passes, as soon as the snap, and we're going to let our front four just rush and eat because we don't have any threat of a pass because we know Patrick's not going to do that because we just told him pre-snap, pass is the correct call, right? This is why you've got to get out of the RPO a little bit. You've got to stop doing that because the first time they want to be cute and be like, hey, we're just going to allow the pass here, blah, blah, blah.
I mean,
and you're in a
to
hard
take
run,
that a step further, if you're the quarterback and whatever the defense presents you, I mean, if you have an open receiver, even if it's a 4 or 5 yard pass, sometimes you'll opt to take that and go ahead and pass the football. In that moment, that we're talking about microseconds, right?
Unless it's a pre-snap read.
Right. Yeah, there are pre-snap reads, but like you said, they can disguise things. I mean, we have a defensive coordinator that excels at that.
This is how Mahomes has thrown most of his interceptions, mainly the one he threw in the goal line to the Jaguars.
Absolutely, where the guy just trickled back. So my point is in that time, and especially when you're out in the middle of the game, you're going through a drive, it probably doesn't occur to you, while you're trying to assess the play, assess the defense, assess how the play is developing, and make that decision in the matter of seconds. Really, I mean, it's probably like a second that you have to really adjust, to make that decision. You're not thinking about, hey, we haven't handed the ball off enough, because then, I mean, if that's the way you're thinking, then what's the point of the RPO? Because you're just going to come out and you're like, well, we haven't ran it enough. I'm going to go ahead and hand it off. So it's
That's
really at that point not an option.
You just called out why the whole RPO conundrum here and why Andy used that is BS.
Yeah, 100%.
It's strictly an RPO is to get to the line, find what you can use, be it a run or a pass. That's your option. That's the RPO run pass option.
I'm just going to say this. If they were running RPOs against some of the defenses that have been presented to us from Buffalo to last week with Denver, there were times where they had 2 guys on the defensive line because they knew you weren't going to run the football. If Patrick Mahomes stepped up to that offense or that defensive line and looked at that and saw how they were playing it and opted to throw the football, that's mind blowing.
RPO or not, Andy Reid chose not to run in specific situations and take away the threat of not to run in specific situations. None other comes to mind than if you can remember on a third down play, they took everybody out of the backfield, and then Patrick Mahomes had to wiggle around in the pocket and throw a back shoulder to Rashard Smith and miss the entire play because there was no threat of a run. He had to make that stupid play.
Absolutely. And just the ridiculousness of even putting yourself in that situation when you have Kareem Hunt, who is just absolutely killing the 3rd and 4th down and shorts. Yeah. I mean, the percentage is so high, and we just go away from it. It's wild to me. Shout out Stacy over on Facebook. She says, how likely do you think that Andy will use more runs against the Colts? So here's what I'm going to say, dude. Logically, you would think after the pushback, after the discussion, after hearing what Patrick Mahomes had to say, they probably would run the football a little bit more. You would think. Not Andy Reid. Andy don't give 2 shits what anybody said all week. He don't care what Patrick Mahomes has to say. Andy's going to call this game the exact same way he calls every game. And to think that they're going to put a concerted effort together to run the football more is not knowing your football team. Because if you know Andy Reid, we might see less runs this week than we saw last week after the entire discussion.
You may not see nothing different. You may actually see them double down on something stupid. We've watched it.
I'm just going to say, could it happen? Sure. But likelihood, Stacy, not very high.
I would say it's not likely, but it is likely. I think you're not going to get any different. I think he's going to continue to call what he wants to call. If Mahomes sees that the Colts are giving you more opportunities to run, they may hand it off. You may even see Patrick hand it off in wrong situations a few times just so they could maybe come out after the game and be like, look, you all wanted the run game and we tried to force it a few times and blah, blah, blah. They live in a bubble. Look, I love Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid, but they come out today and I don't remember who tweeted it. I wish I could find it. But they come out and said that they don't listen to outside noise and it's not this, it's not that. And there is no outside noise. It's fans that know what they're talking about, that want the Chiefs to just run the ball a little bit. It was, okay, here it was. Jaden Hicks. He had a video up, and he said the team's got to stick together and not focus on the outside noise. So that means that's been a team talking point within the facilities. He also added that the team can't scoreboard watch. But to act like outside noise is your biggest issue is insane. The biggest issue is those guys not executing and doing stuff. Like all the outside noise you're hearing is like us talk or the fan base that is just pissed off because they won't do stuff right. You had 2 weeks to get a run game correct, and we come out and done what we done versus Denver. That's not outside noise. That's just your fan base that apparently can figure things out that are simple more than his coaching staff that wants to get in their way sometimes.
Shout out Formula in the chat. He's a Broncos fan, and he said that Chiefs fans are just too tough on their team. And like, I agree with you to a certain extent. I mean, but it's kind of like you have to look at it from the flip side too. I mean, the Chiefs have kind of set a standard in the last decade. And we still have that nucleus here. Granted, some of them are getting a little bit older and everything, but like when you have a winning culture like Andy Reid's built, you're going to catch some backlash when you come out and you just underperform. And that's the problem. Like you as a Denver fan, you watched that game last week. I think it'd be fair to say you probably even noticed that if the Chiefs would have ran the football a little bit more, it could have gone a lot different. I think it was a pretty close game. It was a hard fought game, but I think that the Chiefs definitely put themselves in a bad spot by just, basically allowing Denver to pigeonhole them as one dimensional, and we're just going to come after you. And that's the same thing that Buffalo did. It's the same thing the Eagles did in the Super Bowl. And it's just like, after things happen repetitively, I think it's okay for the fan base to get a little bit, frustrated. So that's probably where most of that's coming from that you're seeing, man.
I find it hard to believe though. Like I can't. To me, it's like two things. Like I totally get both sides. Like, oh, you've won. Don't be so hard on them. Give them the benefit of the doubt. But whatever happened to what happened in the year 2025? That if you have a little bit of success, you're not allowed to hold anybody that standard anymore. Now it's just like you have to live off past success. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm happy the Chiefs have won, multiple Super Bowls under Mahomes. That was way more than I thought we would have.
The same people telling you that, Mike, they talk out both sides of their neck, because then they'll turn around and tell you that you're living off past success.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
so
right?
I don't think that that you can be too hard on a football team. This is what they're there for. We as fans power this entire thing. We buy their merchandise. We give them free publicity all week. We keep people engaged. We keep people going crazy. We buy the tickets to the stadium. We buy the hot dogs. We employ all the people that the Chiefs are employing. Without the fans, there would be no product of the NFL.
So a lot of the taxpayer money goes to that stuff too.
Right. If you give people a certain standard, we don't want to go back to the piss poor standard we had for years and years and years. I think that you have to keep this team accountable and hold their feet to the fire, because nothing's changed. It's the same nucleus. Like, they just don't get to take a week off and Mahomes just don't get to go on vacation early this year because he wants to.
Right. Yeah, man. I can see why people think that, but I mean, that's pretty much your answer there, man. Our boy Steve-O with the 2-bomb says, run that Zarda, baby. Run the Zarda. I love that he's made Zarda the football
Zarda
now.
a football.
Love it. And while we're at it, shout out Zarda, baby. If you're in the Kansas City area, Lenexa, Blue Spring, get over to Zarda. Get yourself something delicious to eat. Get you a freaking KC takeaway. Get some wings.
Send me some sauce.
Yeah, man, I need a bottle of that Thunderberry. Somebody got to Thunderberry it up.
Thunderberry is hard to get their hands on.
P.O. Box is in the freaking description, and I need that. I'm a fat kid. I'll repay you, I promise. I promise I'll do it. Appreciate you, Steve-O. We got Flapjack in the house with the 2-bomb. Says, pass, baby. I want to see 15 meatballs this game.
Hell.
Well, look, man, here's my thing.
Like, he's got to be trolling.
He's trolling a little bit, but I also think there's some truth to that. Because if you go back to the Denver game, they took 3 shots, like, right off the rip. And let's be serious here. Now, Jason Dunn, he did a really good kind of breakdown. He thinks that the receivers are part of the reason why those didn't connect. Which, if you go back and you watch and you listen to what he's talking about, absolutely. Also, Patrick's got to have a little bit more touch. But I think that all of those shots at the beginning of the game could have worked. Like, as good as Denver's defense is, our receivers were open. So, like, those could have worked. And we went away from it. We didn't go back to it until we hit Tyquan Thornton deep for a 40-yard pass.
And the funny thing about Tyquan Thornton, he wasn't really open, and Mahomes didn't throw a great ball. He just gave him a chance to make a play.
No, but you have to give him chances. Well, that's my point. I guess what I was going to say. I know he's trolling a little bit, but I was thinking about that earlier, Mike. Like, we're talking about run the ball, run the ball, run the ball. Well, they didn't. They didn't run the football, so they're passing it. So why would you go away from what was potentially working there at the beginning? You didn't take any more shots. Like, we went to total dink and dunk mode. We went to
that's what Andy and them tend to do. That's what this offense has tended to do over the past few years, and that's why fans are pulling their hair out, because they won't develop an identity. Do you want to throw it deep or do you want to pass it? Well, they'll come out doing one or the other, but if the run game's working, they'll abandon it, and they'll go the opposite way. If the deep pass game could be working, they'll try it a few times. If it's not perfect, they come back. And it's like, well, come back and go to the run game. But they don't even do that. They just get to this dink dunk.
Weird stuff.
Just this weird stuff where the offense doesn't have any flow to it.
Well, you give yourself chances with a lot of things too, because I kind of slipped up, man. They did take one other deep shot between those. And if you remember, it was where Riley Moss was getting beat a little bit, and he ended up getting hands.
Riley Moss got called for 2 long pass interferences.
Right. So, like, I'm not knocking Riley Moss, but he was getting beat on the route, so he was getting handsy naturally, as you would. And he got called for it. They got us a 40-yard penalty, dude. So, I mean, and we cashed in on that drive, I think. So it's like, not only do you give your guys chances to make plays, but you also give the defenses a chance to screw it up. Because, I mean, we got a lot of speed. So you're looking at Xavier Worthy and Tyquan Thornton and some of those guys, Mike. It's tough for those cornerbacks to keep up with them without getting a little bit handsy.
But
without
isn't
getting
it
a little
all
bit
just
grabby.
go back to the reason why football is hard in the first place? Like, football is easy in a certain degree of, like, just don't outthink yourself, find something that works, find the other team's weakness and exploit it. But sometimes football is difficult. Like, you just come out a few minutes ago and said you would like the team maybe to run more on first down and not on second down. Mm-hmm. Well, think about it. A lot of times people will be like, well, they're going to run on first down. And then if you don't pick up a lot of yardage, now you got to pass on second and third. So now you take the threat of the run game out on second and third, and they can tee off. So it all goes back and forth because Andy's thinking, oh, well, if I pass on first and get a chunk, then I can run on second or pass on second.
Well, my point is if I'm saying that with the production
way to be perfect.
No, absolutely. But I'm saying with what, say, Kareem Hunt has been able to do the last couple of weeks, I think in both games together, he's averaged right at 5 yards per carry. Yes. So I'm thinking if you're averaging 5 yards per carry, chances of you just getting completely stuffed on first down isn't great. I mean, you at least get a few yards and get yourself set up a little bit better. Another thing is, with the deep ball too, a lot of times guys like to take that shot on first down, right? That way, if you don't connect, you still got 2 downs to get to.
I think a lot of it's just situational, 100%. Like, there's times to take a deep ball, but I absolutely hate when it's like third and short, 2,
and they'll take a deep shot,
throw a 40-yard.
A lot of teams do that, though. A lot of teams do that.
Well, a lot of times they will if they're already settled to go on fourth down. But I've seen us a lot of times. Then Andy chickens out and punts it.
Nick Sirianni did that at the end of the game the other day and almost got the Eagles beat. By like literally, I think it was a 4th down and short, and he threw a bomb to the end zone. Like, it's just stupid. But Flapjack with another 5 says, I want us to go deep like Chris Jones did on the 40-yard dash, baby. Hey, I think, well, those things kind of go hand in hand. And I guess that's where our philosophies and a lot of the fan base's philosophies clash with Andy Reid's. Andy has straight up said before that he likes to pass to open the run. And everyone else on the planet is pretty much set on run to open the pass, right? He's completely ass backwards. That's just how Andy is. So, I mean, that's probably why he came out and took those shots early, because he thought it would open up the run a little bit, and it did. I mean, Kareem Hunt, they weren't doing much with him. Let's be honest here. If he would have got 15 more carries, he was still going to average 5 yards per carry.
But again, this is where Andy messes up. He successfully got what he wanted
and went away from it.
But once he got what he wanted, he didn't want to go there.
Yeah.
It's like asking your parents for a PS5 for Christmas, and once you get it, you're like, oh, this is what I asked for. Nope, want the new Xbox.
Right. Jamie with the 5 bombs says maybe the altitude affected the first 2 bombs. Our guys were open. Mike mentioned this a couple times in the post-game stream and stuff, but I would say that could be a factor. But, I mean, like I said, Jason Dunn from Chief Concerns, ex-Chief tight end, he kind of did a cool little breakdown on those deep balls. And if you watch what he had to say about it, which is coming from an experienced guy that played in the league, he made some really good points. And if you watched what he was talking about, you could see where he was right about Xavier Worthy slowing down, looking back, slowing down, things like that. So Mahomes essentially is going to throw that ball to a spot on any kind of a deep pass. I mean, it's not like he sees the guys open and it's like, oh, I'm throwing it straight to him or anything like that. No, he's throwing it to a spot. So, I mean, when you account for someone like Xavier Worthy, especially that's running a 4.2 40 speed, like this guy's probably running 22 miles an hour at any given time. It's tough to time that out, especially if he slows up any at all. So, I mean, Mahomes tends to overthrow him, which is funny as fast as he is, but I think the reason is because Xavier Worthy tends to slow up. So I think it's a little bit of both. It's just all about timing. It's repetitions. It's muscle memory. It's a lot of things. So a lot of things have to go right for a deep ball to connect. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not as easy as it looks sometimes.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Buffalo is losing to the Texans 23-16.
Yeah, they've been
About to go into
struggling the whole game,
fourth.
brother. Yep.
Yeah, honestly, you're going to need Buffalo to probably win the game. I mean, I don't think it's a good thing if the Texans win. Could this be a thing where the league now knows the Chiefs are on the ropes and these teams are going to play ball and they're going to do whatever they can to keep the Chiefs out of here?
I don't see how that helps because I think it actually does help the Chiefs because the Chiefs still have an opportunity to beat the Texans. So if they beat Buffalo
But they're
here,
5-5 and they're not winning that division. So they are
No.
going for a wild card.
well, of course, everybody's going for a wild card at this point. Everybody except for Denver and the Patriots is going for a wild card, right? So I don't know. To me, I feel like it kind of could go either way. But I mean, if the Texans win this game, that does help the Chiefs somewhat because Buffalo's a wild card team too. With
don't
freaking with New
can't
England
figure this
playing,
out. I feel like-
elementary schools every
I
week.
feel like Buffalo has to be the winner here. I don't get your brainwave.
What do you mean?
I think
So-
you got to be cheering for Buffalo right now.
I don't know about that. I don't know. I don't understand your logic here. Hold on, let me look at this. What's going on? Okay, so Buffalo is
You want
7-3.
Buffalo.
The Chiefs are 5-5. They're essentially 2 games ahead of the Chiefs, but they have the tiebreaker.
So they're like 2.5 or 3, whatever you
So
want
if
to say. there.
Buffalo were to lose 2 or 3 games for the rest of the season, then it doesn't matter they have a tiebreaker on the Chiefs, right? If the Chiefs were to win out or even maybe lose one more game, if Buffalo loses 3, it doesn't even matter anymore. So like, I don't know. I don't know about the logic of, oh, well, let's just let Buffalo win out here.
Well, I do feel like Buffalo probably wins more games for the rest of the year than the Texans do.
You
So
think
if
so?
Buffalo
I mean,
takes an L here and then
Buffalo, I mean, they're playing the Texans now, obviously. They've got the Steelers next week. They could lose to the Steelers, bro. I don't think the Steelers
is
are very
Josh Allen
good.
back or is he really injured? He left the game injured at one point.
No, he faked an injury on the field and got up and went straight to
Did
the
he?
sideline. Yeah, he kicked and screamed like he was dead, and then he got up
That's
and
what
he
I
was
seen.
fine.
You mean to
Yeah,
tell
Will
me
Anderson
he
hit him
come
from
right back
behind.
out?
Dude, brother, he didn't even get hurt. He was just threw a hissy fit because he got sagged, bro. But yeah, the Bills play the Steelers, but then they got a gimme with the Bengals. Then they play the Patriots, which should be a good game. Then they play the Browns, who could sneakily beat Buffalo. Then they got the Eagles, and then they got the Jets, who give the Bills fits, even though the Jets suck. So, I mean, essentially, if you look at this, if Buffalo were to slip a little bit here, if they were to lose to the Texans and then say they lost to the Steelers, Patriots, and Eagles, I think it's more beneficial for the Chiefs.
Well, yeah,
If
if
the
you
Texans
get that
win
loss
today.
to the Patriots, because that would seal the deal for the Patriots in the East.
Yes, I don't know. What do you all think? Put it in the chat. Do you think it's better for Buffalo to win this game or for Houston? Because Houston, let's take a look at them. They are 5-5, so same record as the Chiefs. But if you go to their schedule, Mike, I know we have a head-to-head with them.
Yeah.
Next week, we have the Colts this week. We have the Texans
Yeah,
next
then we
week.
got the Texans.
So if the Chiefs, if they beat the Bills this week and we beat the Colts, so we're still at the same record, 6-5. Then we're head to head. So I mean, essentially, if the Chiefs just take care of business in this game and the Texans game, then they're ahead of the Texans, and Buffalo is taking a step back. So I don't know. I feel like it's better for the Texans to win the game. Just my opinion, because the Texans also, for the rest of the season, they got 2 games I think they'll win in a row, Cardinals and Raiders, but then they finished the season out with the Chargers and the Colts, which they could drop back to back. Hopefully they beat the Chargers. So I don't know, man. What do you think?
I mean, here's my thing. You have. I mean, we got to win out anyway, and we definitely have to beat the Texans.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, I guess it is probably better if the Bills take the loss right now, because I think the Texans lose more throughout the year, and I think
so,
the Bills. This could be a chance for the Bills to lose.
100%.
But I don't think if the Bills win, I don't think it's a huge detriment. I feel like at this point it just doesn't matter that much.
Well, if the
because
Bills
we
win
can't
here,
see to the
though-
end of it just yet.
Agreed. But if the Bills win here and the Bills were to pull off a couple of those other games we talked about, then I mean, they're getting a wild card spot over you, regardless.
Do you think though? Well, no, I guess because if they were to come back and win the division, then that puts the Patriots at the wild card, and they're going to still
Absolutely.
have
You
a better
need
record.
Buffalo to lose as many games as they can for the rest of the year. That's where I'm at with it. Perry with the 2 bomb says, Joshy Boy getting killed. Y'all see him flop today. I didn't see a flop, I don't think, unless you're talking about him literally throwing a hissy fit on the football field, acting like he broke his arm or something. Dude, he got crushed from the back by Will Anderson. He went down, he started flailing and like acting like he was dying. I thought he got
really
hurt.
didn't miss
Because it was funny because I was watching the game and I was like, oh, hit him. Like I wanted him to get hit, you know. And Will Anderson crushed him from the back. And then he started flailing. So I thought he got hurt. And I was like, damn, I didn't want him to get hurt. I just wanted to see him get hit. But then he was just faking it the whole time. It was just one of them hissy fits. He was mad he got sacked. He got up and went straight to the sideline. Went right back in the
I
game.
just seen it. He literally kicked his legs like he was dying.
Yeah. Yes. But in hindsight, I think he kicked his legs because he was throwing a tantrum. I think that's what happened. Yeah, appreciate the 2, Perry. We got 5 more from Flapjack here. Says, if 2018 Mahomes was on this 2025 team, what would the team's record be? We love Mahomes, but our boy gun shy, double pumping. Dude out here cross-eyed. You're not wrong, Flapjack. I said that, I might have said that last season or early this season. He's got to pull the trigger, dude. It's so weird seeing him just, he's always like, it's like he never can make a decisive throw. I will say in this last game, I did see that a few times, but those deep balls seem pretty decisive. I will say that on the deep balls, he came up and threw them. That's what we need to see more of from Mahomes. I think that Mahomes is still Mahomes. A lot of people think that he's just not what he used to be and stuff like that. I think it's still there. But it's all about getting the offense in a rhythm and taking some heat off of him, dude. And like, you know, we can talk about this run game all we want, but I mean, something else that I'd like to bring up. We abandon the run. It's literally all on Patrick's shoulders all the time, right, Flapjack? But absolutely, I understand your point. If he was still as accurate as he had been back in the day or fearless, probably would be better off. But we've also completely abandoned any kind of screen game. Like, we'll screen to Rashee Rice here or Xavier Worthy there, but we are not hitting running backs in the screen game. We're not hitting tight ends in the screen game. I don't understand why we've eliminated every bit of short yardage plays that we can get. It just took them out. And it's like, you know what, Patrick? Just drop back and see if anybody's open. If they're not, take the sack and let's just keep going and we'll punt the ball. Like, I seriously feel like sometimes that's the discussion they have.
You answered your own question, though, previously. All the RPOs is what they're using to take that. And if you're calling RPO, I mean, exactly. I would much rather just have a designed screen game set up than an RPO.
Yes, line them up, run the ball, line them up, run a screen pass. I'm all for that opposed to screens.
I'll never forget. And this is going back. And I know people's going to remember this one. You don't have to be that old of a Chief fan to remember this.
Back in my day.
But do you remember with Dick Vermeil, and I think there was a game where Jamal Charles did it too, but Priest Holmes versus like the Raiders, where he literally took like 3 or 4 screens in a row to the house. He was just housing everything.
Had like 20 touchdowns that game, right? Yeah.
Like I miss like having a good screen game and a good like running back that you can rely on to pick you up some good yards.
We haven't had that since Jerick McKinnon, brother.
Right, but we do. And I think he's in the backfield on the team right now. They don't use him properly. They are so scared to use Brashard Smith because he's a rookie that they literally will not call design plays.
You want to try to throw it to him in a flat, on a back shoulder, on a 4th down, but you won't give him the ball on the screen?
And I mean, I think there was one screen they tried to run. Who was it versus? I don't know if it was the Bills or I don't know if it was the game before that, but they did try to throw a little screen to Brashard Smith at one point, and it hit Trey Smith in the head. Do you remember that?
Yes.
And when I watched the All-22, it was debatable if he would have caught it, if he could have broke off a big one. But if he would have made a guy miss like pretty quickly, if he would have made a guy miss, he had a lot of field going. So I do think the potential is there. I think Andy's just got to get – I think what it is, and I'm going to say this just 1,000 more times if I have to, I don't feel like none of these guys on the offense, and this includes Andy and Nagy and everybody else, I just don't feel like a lot of them are trusting each other right now. I feel like there's a lot of me ball and not a lot of team ball. Like when when Rashee Rice come back and the offense started flourishing for a few weeks, did it not feel like everybody was on the field having a good time? Everybody got to eat. You know, give this guy, this guy, this guy. And then for the last 2 weeks, it's felt like nobody's getting fed because Mahomes or whoever just don't feel right.
Right.
It's like they're not playing properly.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I would like to add something to what you said earlier about Brashard Smith too. I think if you can get Brashard Smith in the screen game, once he has the ball in his hands, I think he is a level up from what Jerick McKinnon could do.
He was definitely quicker.
He don't have his experience, but he's quicker. He's faster. He's got good field vision from what I can tell. I think that he could do more. He's just not getting the opportunities.
Dude, Brashard Smith can make you miss in a phone booth, and I don't think McKinnon had that. He didn't have that wiggle.
No, but I mean, dude, McKinnon destroyed people in that screen game. And that's all I'm trying to say.
Well, look,
we could definitely be doing that right now.
Look, we were sitting there losing the game to Denver, or we were tied, or whatever it was. And Andy come out with some kind of cute-ass play where he had 3 tight ends on the field, Rashee Rice in the backfield, and Kareem Hunt lined up on the sideline like a wide receiver or something like that. I think it was Kareem Hunt. I don't remember who it was at this time. But, dude, he was just doing the dumbest stuff. And it's like, you cannot tell me he was holding back a play if that's what he was doing. Like, I would have much rather him been vanilla and just halfback dived with Kareem Hunt right there. Would have got more than that. Throw that play out the damn window.
Andy's not holding back plays. For anybody that needs to hear that, that's not a real effing thing.
That is one of the dumbest.
It's just not true. You think he was holding back plays against Buffalo and trying to play vanilla against Buffalo to beat them in the playoffs? Well, we might not even get in the freaking playoffs.
But then turn around there against Denver too.
Yeah, that's wild, dude. That's a weird thought. Like, I feel like that's a very egotistical. Like
it is. It's embarrassing, egotistical to think that our team is so good.
We're gonna go out and play the Buffalo Bills, and we're just gonna. Yeah, we're not really gonna try.
You know, piss on everybody. We're just gonna go out there and not even try. And if we win, if we lose, who cares? We're the Chiefs. We automatically get in the playoffs.
Yeah, brother. Don't think that's the thing.
You're gonna be holding these plays to 2026 if you don't hurry up and get a win this year.
Yeah. Yeah, Conway, Kareem under center. Or Mahomes under center with Kareem in the backfield is going to get the linebackers to come up some.
Do you know that the Andy Reid offense, though, in my opinion, we've talked about the Jerick McKinnon thing time and time again, where we need that.
Yep.
Do you also feel like the Andy Reid offense kind of lost a dynamic when he went away from a traditional good Andy Reid style running back as well, or a fullback rather?
Fullback, yes. I want to talk
Andy
about
Reid
that.
Fullback.
Yes, real quick before that. I want to shout out Nikki. Been a member for 26 months now, Nikki. We appreciate you. You're awesome. Also, guys, if you haven't hit the like button yet, just do that. It takes 2 seconds. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go do that. Your boy's always doing Chiefs content. Love to have you here. Love to have you in the chat. Everybody's freaking awesome around here, so don't be afraid to talk if you're lurking. But yeah, man, the fullback. I was thinking about this the other day too, dude. That's exactly when this offense got weird. Go back, like, because we had Sherm, we had Big Sherm, baby.
Big Sherm?
Yeah, we had Anthony Sherman was our last fullback that people want to remember because he was pretty prominent. He was with the Chiefs for a long time.
He had them overalls.
Right, and they remember the antics, off-field antics and things. But no, he was integral to the team. He was also good in the pass game. We threw to Anthony Sherman sometimes, right? Like, and then a lot of people aren't correlating this because they forget about the 2 years that we had Michael Burton.
Yes.
We had 2 seasons with Mike Burton doing exactly what Big Sherm was doing. And then after Burton, we totally abandoned the fullback. And that, my friend, if you go look at it, that's when our offense got weird.
So look, we figured it out.
And
this is what I'm doing.
I'm not saying that that's the key, but I'm saying there's definitely a correlation there. I was thinking about that earlier.
So why? Again,
why is it like that?
This year, last year, let's go back to last year too. Last year, we had a guy on our team that would have been a hell of a fullback.
Carson
Steele. We tried to make him a feature back, and there was
Carson's
times where he didn't look bad.
problem was protection, and you're not going to be a good fullback if you can't pick up on blocking.
Right.
You know, like.
But you've wasted an entire year. That just maybe Carson Steele could have developed into more of a fullback. get rid of Elijah Mitchell. Carson still could have been on the 53 this entire time with the threat of a fullback and short yard situation, but instead we've had Elijah Mitchell taking a roster spot the whole year. They won't even use him.
I completely agree with you.
Carson still had a chance to have a little bit more muscle on him and to become that fullback that we would have needed. And maybe that's the plan long term. But I feel like you've wasted this year with Carson Steele. Now, I will say he's been with the
practice
team.
squad?
He's been developing. He's been doing this, doing that, and everything else. But I still feel like having him on the squad, letting him do special teams, just things like that, and keeping him more intrigued.
Yeah, he was a good special teamer.
That's what I'm saying. Just all that kind of stuff I feel like would have helped his development quicker. And we're just kind of wasting it on Elijah Mitchell, who they didn't even want to run one play last week.
Yep. James says 100% Carson Steele's problem was the fumbles. I don't agree with you, James. I think that his problem was not the fumbles. A lot of people think that because he had 2 fumbles.
He did
and then
fumble the ball a few times.
Right. Now, here's why I always argue that. If you go back and watch both of those fumbles, he had the ball where it's supposed to be.
He had it tucked properly.
2 very good defensive plays and just not a whole lot he could have done about it. And yes, I'm sure that helped why he went to the sidelines. But the reason why that they quit using him was because he could not pick up on a block and he got Patrick Mahomes taken out a couple times. There was actually a play where Patrick Mahomes got up and yelled at him and pointed. You went the wrong freaking way, brother. Like you got it. His problem was he was getting Pat killed. And that's why he didn't get to play much more. I mean, they've got to figure that out with him. I think that would be cool. I think he could be a good fullback.
We actually had, and I looked at this during the off season, and I'm going to see if I can find it. Here it was, right here, August 20th of this season. We were getting to the point to where Steve, we were saying, is Carson still on the team? Is he off the team? We were trying to figure out the 53 man. There was a time where I thought he was going to be. You didn't think so, and at the end of it, we both thought he was out. We both come to that conclusion. And this is the reason. I'm going to bring up this tweet. I'm going to upload it right now. This is what I discovered, and this is why I think that this ultimately changed my mind about him being on the roster, and this is it. Carson still had 5 games last year where he didn't even score a 60 PFF grade in pass protection. Think about that. Among 92 running backs with at least 10-plus pass protection snaps, that was the 9th highest loss rate, 27%. If Steele's going to make the 53, he must get better at protecting Mahomes. So what that's saying is out of 92 running backs with 10-plus pass protection snaps 2 years ago, or last year in 2024, he had 27% win rate, which means he got beat 3 out of every 4 pass protections.
Right.
That's exactly why he didn't make the team. Now, I get it.
mean,
you don't want to fumble the ball either and this and that. But I don't think there's a difference between getting ready to score a touchdown and you drop it before the goal line. Or you get thrown in the flat and you're waving the ball around like a wide receiver and it gets smacked out.
Or you cough the ball up like Clyde did and lost that game to the Ravens.
Right. Like he had it tucked high and tight. And again, he shouldn't have dropped it, and that's still on him. But sometimes they're just good football plays. We've seen Travis Kelce, get a fumble like that because they'll hit him just perfect or something. That does happen. And I know Andy gets pissy with it, as he should. But at the end of the day, if you tell me Carson Steele's going to fumble 3 footballs throughout the year or he's going to let Patrick Mahomes take 10 sacks, that's the one that's going to bother me more.
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny. I was actually just reading on X. We were having the conversation who needs to win this game. Yeah. And, dude, people are they don't even know. Like, everybody's back and forth. It's so
That's
funny.
What I'm saying. It feels like it's just a little too early because we can't predict the future right now. And it feels like that the Chiefs are just so far freaking out of it. We need everything to happen.
A lot of people's point is Buffalo needs to win because they need all these 5-5 teams to lose. Okay?
Right.
Which is
was
kind of where you were
thought.
at. But I will say this, and I don't know how much you all, how many eggs you want to put into the AI basket. But artificial intelligence says it would be better for the Texans to win this football game for the Chiefs' chances to make it to the playoffs.
Oh, my God. You're going AI. Which AI did you go to?
Hey,
ChatGPT.
But I just figured, they know math better than me. Look,
isn't ChatGPT Chinese?
No.
They don't even know what football is over there.
He said, ChatGPT.
He said, I would like to run the football. The football? I don't know. But I don't know if I trust it.
Hey, I don't know. It just said that the probability of the Chiefs getting to the playoffs is better if the Texans win. So
I mean,
I don't know.
now that I think about it, I do think Buffalo being a better team, and look, if you lose today, you're kind of helping the Patriots with that cupcake schedule. You're never going to catch.
Let's ask
them.
Grok. Let's ask Grok. We'll see what
Oh
Grok
hell!
says.
Are you going to every?
Hey, you said you didn't like
Every
ChatGPT
AI.
because they were Asian or something. So let's check out Grok. I think Grok's an American AI. He's an American robot. Let's ask him.
He's made by
Elon Musk.
Elon's like what is he?
South African.
He's South
maybe.
African.
Yeah, well, whatever. Just let me ask Grok. We'll see what he says. If they both agree with each other, then maybe they're onto something.
What do you got?
Hold on, I gotta type it in.
What's your prompt? I'm going to prompt it on a different AI that's made in America. You're typing so. How are you typing so quietly?
Because I don't have a keyboard from 1946 like you.
I've got
You
a
got
click clacker.
You got like the click, 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 click. Mine's
What
normal.
do you got? You got a freaking
It's an Apple
sand?
keyboard.
You got a freaking sandboard?
Okay, let me get it in here.
You got a
So I just put in basically, out of the Bills and Texans, which team winning would boost the Chiefs' chances of making the playoffs?
Okay, I like it.
Dun dun dun. Let's see what they say. Ooh, they're searching. The Houston Texans winning would boost the Kansas City Chiefs' chances of making the playoffs. The number 8 spot is held by the Buffalo Bills at 7-3, who lead the wild card race due to their superior record. The Texans and Chiefs are both 5-5, tied for number 8 and 9, but Houston holds the edge via a better AFC record, 4-2 over Kansas City's 2-4. A Bills win would push them to 8-3, extending their lead to 3 games over both of the teams, making it nearly impossible for KC or the Texans to catch them. A Texans win, however, would improve Houston to 6-5, drop Buffalo to 7-3, while the Bills would still lead in the wild cards. The gap shrinks. So that's the biggest thing. They're saying that gap needs to shrink from Buffalo.
So Grok. So you've got Grok saying that the Bills need to lose.
It's ChatGPT and Grok.
Okay.
So ask Gemini.
I've
Go
asked
Google.
Gemini. That's who
Okay.
I've asked. Gemini. Gemini says to boost the Chiefs' playoff chances, they need the Bills to win.
Oh, I feel like he tweaked the prompt.
No, I didn't. I can show you the prompt. Here, I'm going to bring in the prompt really quick.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
No, I'm bringing in the freaking prompt. You think I'm a liar and a cheater?
Cheating.
Think I'm a liar and a cheater? I'm going to show you exactly what I wrote. It says,
Hey,
without
just so you
picking-
know, Wolfgang says GPT.
I said without picking the Texans, who needs to win the game for the Chiefs? Here's what I said. To boost the Chiefs' playoff chances, which team needs to
Right,
win
that's exactly
tonight?
what I said.
The Bills or the Texans? Okay. And we got to boost the Chiefs' playoff chances, they need the Bills to win. Here's why. Texans are wild card competitors. The Texans 5-5 are directly competing with the Chiefs at 5-5. What? Who's Gemini?
Chart pathologist says Gemini is a clown.
Okay, hold up. A Texans loss would drop them behind the Chiefs in the standings or keep the Chiefs tied with a better conference record, as the Texans' conference record is currently better. The Bills are a higher seed threat. The Bills are ahead of the Chiefs in the overall standings, are primarily battling for a division title with wildcard spot. They're seen as much less likely to fall into the same grouping of teams the Chiefs are fighting with. I think that's what my initial thought was that the Bills are going to get theirs. It's going to be harder to get the Bills to lose than the Texans. But when you really look at their schedule, if a team will commit to a run game versus the Bills, you got a chance to beat them. Andy Reid and the Chiefs should have beat the brakes off these idiots.
Oh yeah, well, the Chiefs had no business losing to Buffalo, brother.
Not even close. They should have won the game by 14 points, and they
Zero.
got dominated.
Yeah, and all they had to do was run.
And
the
I
football.
think we learned tonight that
we just come full circle.
Look, AI stands for ass intelligence because they don't know what they're doing.
Apparently, Gemini don't. I think ChatGPT and
Look, I'm going to tell you a little something
they got
right now.
together and they teamed up against Gemini.
ChatGPT, it'll give me good answers every once in a while if I ever want to use it. Grok is really good if you want him to help you find buried treasure.
Yeah.
I found some treasure with Grok. Number 3, Gemini. Gemini has never let me down, though. I've found such good things with Gemini. Like when I started using Gemini, I was like, this guy's way cooler than everybody else. I talk to him like he's a human.
Does it
I'm like,
have
hey,
to be a
Mr.
guy?
Jim.
Oh, because
I
his
call
name
him
is Jim.
Jim.
Okay.
And his last name's N.I.
Ridiculous. Guys, appreciate y'all being here. Do us
Jimmy
a favor,
for
hit the like
sure.
button if you haven't. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. You can join the channel. You can be a member of the ACU crew. Just go to join.allchiefedup.com. We have a members only live stream coming up here in the next week and a half. Where we're going to be giving away a signed Noah Gray jersey and maybe a couple other little things. So if you want to get in on that action, join.allchiefedup.com. Also, we have merch.allchiefedup.com. Get over there and check that out. We got some nice hoodies up. We got some hats up. We got some festive stuff. The Merry Chiefsmas line is out. You can go grab that. You can use the code MAXHORT, and that'll get you free shipping on orders over $100.
Hey.
Or you can still use Hornt Season, HORNTSZN, and that's going to get you 15% off your order.
gonna tell you
so
something
whichever
right
one you want to
now.
use, you know.
I'm cooking up a nice Black Friday deal though.
Oh yeah, I was thinking about Black
I'm cooking
Friday
up a
deals
Black
myself.
Friday deal, and I was actually going to unveil it tonight, but I think we'll wait till next week to throw out the Black Friday deal. But it's good. It's definitely a good deal. But both of those that you just said right there, really good. Can you use them in combination?
No, I don't think. You might want to try it though, folks.
You
I don't know.
could. Look, if
Maybe.
you can do it, do it.
I don't know. It might just let you use one. I'm not for sure.
Right.
But yeah, check the merch out. Merch.allchiefedup.com. There's some cool stuff on there, man. The hats look great. I think I'm going to order myself a couple of the hats. But yeah.
Look, I already told the peeps. I told the peeps the other day that it 'tis the season for giving. And this year, if you are a member of the ACU crew, if you're a member of the channel, and you're in the middle or the top tier, which is Mahomes or Alex Smith, not the Trent Green tier, but if you're in the middles or the top, that we're going to be sending out a nice Christmas card to everyone this year.
A card? Are you going to have anything cool in it?
And I'm going to have something really nice in it, depending on what your tier is. So the higher tier is going to get something a little special. Because why? Those dudes are special. There's been a lot of people be really high tiers, and that's a lot of good support. Not saying nobody supports, but I'm just saying they should be given something
Yeah.
a little, for their help.
Yeah.
And so I did that, and then I also said I wanted to give away some merch. So I'm going to give away one of our new Chiefs hats, our all Chiefed Up hats rather, and I'm going to be giving away 2 of our T-shirts, of our Christmas shirts. So we'll probably do that sometime here soon, probably in December, early December.
Yeah, you're going to have to give away them 2 shirts pretty soon. That way they can wear them for the holidays, brother.
That's why I want to give it away. So I'm thinking like maybe the day after Thanksgiving, just the next time we get online after the Thanksgiving game.
Yeah, for sure. And if you want to check them out real quick, we had a little video for you, but it's gone. Here's the website right here, merch.allchiefedup.com. It'll take you here. Look at those hats, baby. Those are fire, bro.
Those hats are fire. Look, let's do a thing in the chat. Let me know which hat you guys like the best. I really couldn't figure it out. Did I like black, red, or camo better?
I like that red one in the middle, bro.
Can you do a poll? I really want to know a poll here of which one did you like?
I like that red one, bro.
I thought you were gonna say camo, and I was like, "You're wearing a camo hat right now,
Dude, it does look
red
like this
is
hat.
where
Exactly.
I'm settling on red right now too. I think that's the one I like the best.
That red's fire, brother.
That red's pretty
yeah, I'll make a
fire.
little poll. I'll make a little poll for everybody. Why not?
I just want the people to give some chime in on this.
So we got black, red, and camo.
Yeah.
Got the black rope. We got the red, and we got the camo. Let's go. All right, polls up.
Polls up.
Get your polls up. Get that blue chew out.
Get that poll up, baby.
Yeah, man. We'll see. And then also, check these hoodies out, man. This is the one that Steve Ledbetter was dying to have.
Oh yeah, that red
Got it
one.
posted here as a Kingdoms
that one.
podcast on the back, baby. That's
It's
fire
nice.
too. The black one's cool. And then of course just the logos. These are plain on the back, just the logo here. And then the Christmas shirts and hoodies. And of course you can get red or green. A lot of people probably don't want green because of the Eagles. But you know what's Christmas colors? So I mean, screw the Eagles. They
That
don't own
right
the rights
there,
to green.
the short sleeve is definitely Kelly green.
That's Kelly green. Absolutely 100%.
I can tell that color,
I really like this green hoodie,
but
though. I ain't
that's
gonna
not
lie.
Kelly green.
No, but that's pretty sick, though.
That's
I think
more
I might
like
get
a
myself this one.
what's that more like a woodland green? What is it called? Like a winter green?
Winter green. That's some skull, baby. Get you some winter green. Promo available, it says up here. So use them. Let's go. All right, Mike, let's go to the poll real quick. That way you could see. That way you could see what people are liking. Let's remove that. Let's get back to our rightful big faces. Okay. So far, red has a commanding lead.
Red's pretty nice.
People are hating on the black rope hat, which I thought was kind of cool, actually.
Steve hated. Look, I'm going to give away the black rope pad. I think
It's pretty sick, though. I like that one too. I mean,
here's what I think's going to
cool.
happen. I think once you get it in your hand and you look at it, you'll like it.
Yeah, it's pretty sick, right?
So here's what I'm going to do.
Do you have them already?
I'm ordering all 3 of them.
Oh, okay. I thought you had them already.
I'm ordering all 3 of those hats.
And they're all stitched.
I don't have them yet.
Like they're not printed on; they're stitched,
They're stitched.
embroidered.
They're like
or
this.
whatever. Yeah,
It's an embroider.
embroidered.
By the way, I've reached out to this company. I've told you guys about this.
Shells vintage.
Shell's Vintage. We're currently working on a little deal with Shell's Vintage for you guys. We get nada out of the situation. They're not paying for nothing. They're not sponsoring nothing. But I told them we would let them have a video sponsor if they would give you guys a promo code. So I'm working on
Nice.
something. I'm
Nice.
trying to get free shipping out. To me, I think free shipping is better than a percentage off.
It
Do you
is,
feel that way
because,
when
I
you
mean,
order
like
online?
if like that's the thing, and just to be completely candid, like if you go on our merch store, it's like sometimes it can add up. Like you get a T-shirt and it's $34 or something, and then shipping, you're paying $40 some for a T-shirt, and that sucks. I don't want to charge people $40 some for a T-shirt, but it's just the fact of the matter is how much stuff costs now.
Boy, no,
So,
they're
like-
gonna put $4 or $5 of taxes on there too.
Well, because by the time we do drop shipping, so they actually print the shirt to order and then ship it to you. So it costs so much for the shirt already. And then if we do any promo codes or anything like that, that comes out of profit that we make. So anytime we do a promo code, we're giving that directly out of our pocket. And then on top of that, shipping plus taxes, it adds up quick. So I like free shipping on stuff.
I enjoy free shipping, so that's what I'm trying to get. Because I've noticed a lot of people's asked about these hats. So like I said, I'm going to use our platform
Try to get
and
our people some,
what we
some
can
deals,
get
baby.
to give back to Chiefs Kingdom. Because why? I mean, come on, why not? And so if I can get this hooked up, anybody that's wanting this hat, you might be able to get at least free shipping. I don't know if they're going to go for it. We're going to try.
They need to go for it. Dude, we probably had 6 people go buy a hat just from asking about it.
That's what I've told them, and they know that. They said that actually they've been written more about stuff from our channel trying to find this hat, and they said they almost sold it out. So we'll see. But I've almost got that together for everybody, and if I do get it, hopefully you guys can get these before Christmas, baby.
Absolutely,
We'll see how quick
but
they work.
yeah, we'll cook up a good Black Friday deal for you guys. That way you can go over to the merch store. They make great Christmas gifts and stuff too, so you go ahead and get that done. And it also supports us. And
Steve, let me answer Brian. What's our draft position if we finish 5-12? I think you're going to draft number 1. Right? I mean, who may be worse than that?
bro,
No,
I
you
don't
would
know.
technically lose to the Titans because we play them, which means the Titans are probably better than 5-12.
Might
right?
get that first pick. A first pick is not worth that record to me. I'm sorry. It's just not. Because here's our thing. Some way, somehow, we would botch it. They would draft a McCole Hardman over a DK Metcalf or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want that deal. Mike, you're always trying to make deals, and I'm sick of taking deals.
I don't want your deal.
Joy. Hey, shout out to Amy Casey, been a member. Or actually became a member. Let's freaking go. I think she's been one before.
She's
though,
been a
Amy.
member before.
Yeah. Shout out. You're awesome. Appreciate you. But yeah, guys, we'll be here for a few more minutes. If you have any questions, get them in the chat. Also, vote on that poll. Mike wants to know what you guys think about the hats. I probably should put them back up so people can see what they're voting on. You think? Bing, bing, bing. Let's do
Just
that.
for a second, you can almost end the poll. I think everybody's voted that wanted to vote.
Well, if you didn't know what you were voting
It
on,
looks
that's what
like
you're voting.
red's about to win it, huh?
I think so. I do like the red one a lot. But I actually like that weird style of hat that came back a few years ago, like the one on the left there, the black one with the white rope.
The
I have a
dad
Chiefs-
hat.
It's not a dad hat. It's just they're called a rope hat, and
Oh, the
it's
rope.
it's very like early 90s, like
Yeah.
80s type. I have
I
a
don't
red
mind the rope
Chiefs
hats.
hat. I have a red Chiefs hat that says Chiefs and gold and has the gold rope. It's pretty cool.
Didn't you wear that the other day when I was at your house for the game?
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked it. I like the rope hats. They're not bad. I think that sometimes, like the one in the middle just looks like a flat bill, and the other ones, I think
you
it's just
could
the way
still-
they took the
you could
pictures.
I always curve my bill a little bit. I like flat bills okay. Some hats I'll wear like that, but not a whole lot. I like to bend them a little.
Dude, you know what's awesome is this hat here? Perfect curve, but I never touched it. So maybe my head just so
Dude,
big.
no. They are awesome at that because the one I got was perfect already. I didn't have to do anything to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If only our hats were as good as these.
All
No,
right.
I'm joking.
Well, everybody got a good look at it, so I'm going to go ahead and pop our fat faces back up here. We're going to end that poll. Guys, if you have any questions for us, get them in the chat. Also, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Appreciate y'all being here. Huge game coming up, dude. And it sucks. We've had to say that for like weeks in a row because the Chiefs are just struggling with it. But like that's the thing. When you're 5-5, every game's a big game. But this one, you're going against top team in football.
Oh my God. This is getting close, Steve.
What?
It's 23-19. Bills have the ball at the Buffalo 47.
Hey, something tells me they're going to get some kind of a call that'll help them get up the field.
Oh my God. They're going to get to the last, and they'll push it for a dub.
Mike, we got a 5 bomb from a girl. Amy says, I've been a member for over 21 months. I thought so, Amy. Love the camo hat. Yeah, that camo hat's exactly like this one, only it's all chiefed up instead of obviously.
Is it the mesh on the side? I couldn't tell.
Yeah. Like it's just like this one. It's got like the black mesh and then the camo up front.
Give yourself some mesh. Andy Reid might like that. He likes to run the mesh a lot.
Appreciate the 5, Amy. Thanks for everybody that supported the channel tonight with super chats or just watching and liking and all that fun stuff, man. We hit over 51,000 subscribers. Man, it's going to be a journey to try to get to 100K.
Oh,
We got to 50,000. I'll tell you, when we went to 50,000, we got to 40,000 pretty quick. Like building. 40 to 50,000 was a struggle because Chiefs fans started checking out, especially after the Super Bowl loss. And then the season, you see more and more of the fans checking out because the Chiefs are at 5-5. If the Chiefs were to lose the next couple of games and not make the playoffs, me and Mike's got our work cut out for us.
Yeah, we're screwed.
I tell you, dude, it's going to be tough.
Look, I want to throw this on the screen here. Let me see.
What you got? Oh,
I just wanted to put this up. Just
so we can watch it as
I'll
it
put
happens.
us bigger. Yeah, we're in the final whatever, and this is kind of big. Let me see if I can make it a little bit bigger for you. Is that a little bit better?
Yeah, sure. Whatever.
It's weird. Okay, but anyway, you can see that. Dude, Bills took a timeout, but it looks like Josh Allen got sacked.
They're at 4th and 27, brother.
Okay, come on.
They're
now.
at 4th and effort. They got a punt from here.
Ball on the Buffalo 30.
How much time's left?
Yeah, they're 4th and F. We're F.
Oh, there's only 58
That's
seconds.
what
Oh, they have
are.
to go for it. Texans are going to win this game.
Dude, the Texans have a 90. Why is it only a 96.7 chance to win this
Because
game?
they might call a pass interference and give Josh Allen a first down.
Or
they have to
may
help
just
him
call
along,
a
right?
bogus.
This dude last week, Mike, padded his stats so much with 6 touchdowns, 3 off of like tush pushes or like little rollouts or something, like where he's running the ball. And then he had 3 passing last week. I feel like he's always padding them stats up. It's going to be tough for anybody to catch him in a.
Drew
What have
said
they got?
refs are about to call some illegal touching. Brendan with a 10. She says, you didn't see my members post earlier. Wanted you to take one of each of the hats.
Oh, I miss it, Brenda. I'm sorry.
Wait, let me go find it, Brenda, because I don't see it.
Did not
Oh,
pop
here it
up
is.
on our end?
Here it is. Just do one of
Okay.
each.
Let's go. Brenda, member for 27 months, much longer, by the way. A lot of these people you see with 27, 23, stuff like that, it's been way longer. But YouTube went slap nut and shut down our memberships for a while, if you remember.
Yeah. I think what I'm gonna, I have to figure it out. I have to figure what we're gonna do. But yeah, I'm gonna give away some hats for sure. I appreciate the tidbit. We got the Well Turd Gamers. What a name!
Nice.
What just happened? This whole game just freaked out up here. There was
They
an
said
error.
Buffalo's done, son. It's
Okay,
over.
it says, did you see Big Mike on Chief Concerns? He said that in the locker room they shut out the outside noise. I just wish Reed heard the noise on Bashard Smith.
I'm right there with you, man. I think maybe they should hear some noise. Maybe not the locker room, but I think as a head coach, maybe sometimes you should hear the noise a little bit. Maybe don't take it to heart, but like.
And again, I feel like the Chiefs are they're trying anything they can. Appreciate the 5-bomb, brother. I think the Chiefs are just trying anything they can to try to keep like a team building, trying to stay cohesive so they don't turn on each other. So it's easy to say, oh, just block out the noise. But it's like, come on, man. You're self-inflicting everything. Even Kelsey said that, Steve. I put out the Travis Kelsey short. There's one that come out tonight that you guys can go watch it. But yeah, he said the same thing. Jacob said that red hat gets me absolutely horned.
Yeah, baby. It is pretty slick, man. That one's
I think
fire.
you should make a hat, Steve, that just says horned.
Do we need a horn hat?
I don't think anybody in the world's got enough balls to walk around with a hat on that just says, I'm horned.
Dude, what if you could get like 100 people in Arrowhead with horn hats on?
Just says, should you say this is my horny hat?
No,
This is my horn.
just horned. Just horn. Red hat with gold
What the
letters.
hell's happening on the game up here?
Wait, did they complete it? No, they punted. No. What?
What's
Dude,
happening?
I told you something stupid was going to happen.
Second down and 10, ball on the 26.
They were at 4th and 26. He threw up a prayer and someone either caught it or he got a pass interference.
Dude, the game is now at 71%.
Bro,
Hold up.
somebody in chat tell me what
happening?
happened here.
Hold up.
I told you they were going to give it to him. They hand him everything on a silver platter. A hook and ladder.
44-yard pass.
They did
Josh
a hook and
Allen.
ladder.
Yeah. Good night.
That worked.
They really completed 4th and effort.
They did. You should be
They're down to the 9-yard line, bro, with 28 seconds left.
You should be ashamed of yourself if you're Houston.
They
and you
have to
lost
get
a
in the
hook and
end zone
ladder.
here.
Yeah.
But now Buffalo has got a 67% probability to win. It went from 97 to 67 that quick in the opposite direction.
That's wild.
This is why I hate watching football. It's not the Chiefs. Because I tell you, anybody that can F with us will do it every time.
Yeah.
The Texans
Well,
just have to not be a bunch of slap nuts.
according to Gemini, you need
Gemini better be
Buffalo to
right.
win anyway.
I
That's
don't
what
think it
got to
even
say.
mattered.
Mike,
Can we
Gemini's
get
made by
anything to
Google,
happen
who
here?
also owns YouTube. So I don't really trust them that much.
Here's what I don't trust. I don't trust the Texans to be a decent football team until they play us. And then you better believe the 85 Bears are coming.
Oh, you know that. We're going to get sacked 8 times that game.
Now Houston's back to 64%.
It's 4th and 1, baby.
What in the hell?
They batted a pass down, said Witchy. 4th and 1.
Man, this is
They're going to tush push it. They're going to tush
Oh,
push it. They have
yeah, they're gonna-
timeouts. Do they have a timeout?
They're going to tushy that pushy. Or
If they
pushy
have a
that
timeout,
tushy.
they're going to tush push it, I bet.
Dude, Josh Allen's 25 for 34, 260 yards, no touchdowns, and a pick. I hope he has a fumble right here.
Yeah. Dude, he's my fantasy quarterback, and I don't even care. I want him to do bad. That's how much I
want
care.
him to suck so bad.
Yeah. Yeah. Just fumble it, brother.
Imagine him getting beat by
They get a
Davis
false start. They
Mills.
false started.
Was
Uh-oh.
it a tush push?
Probably.
4th and 6. Oh, now Houston's got a 77.5. This is wild. The probability jumped that much back and forth, dude. It went from 97% Houston,
The old butt rub.
80% Buffalo, back to 77% Houston. This is wild.
They're in the shotgun false start. Okay. So they weren't trying to butt touch it, which is surprising. I'm surprised they didn't, honestly.
Oh, yeah. It says penalty on Dawkins. Dawkins is such
Yeah,
a
Dawkins.
douche canoe.
Interception. Game.
Did it? Let's go.
Flag.
You got-
Flag.
Shut up.
Flag.
Uh-uh.
Yeah.
You're just saying that.
No, I'm not.
You're just saying that to make me
I'm
mad.
not. They threw a flag
But for what?
on the offense. It's game. It's a wrap. Buffalo stanks.
Suck it.
Dude, I'm telling you, Buffalo is not as good as their record is. They're
No.
just not.
Dude.
We should have never, ever lost to that team.
Losing to the Bills now makes us look like a bunch of chooches.
Absolutely does, man. That sucks. Sucks a lot. All right, guys. Well, we're going to get out of here. We're going to have a video for you on Saturday. It'll have a little more in-depth look at the game coming up. We'll have our score predictions on there. And then, of course, on game day, we'll have our post game after the game. So come hang out with us. We'll do that, and it's going to be fun. Hopefully, it's a W. The Chiefs got to get one, man. They need a W. They need back in the win column. We need some momentum. Because like Mike, as much as some people wrote them off, I can't do it. I think they can still get in, and I think they can still make a ruckus. They're too good.
Hey, it's going to be a ruckus, or they're going to.
Yeah.
That's going to be the two. There's the next T-shirt. Put it on there. Hey,
Ruckus
look, I don't think the Chiefs are completely out of it. We're kind of like we're Jason from the Friday the 13th movies. Once you think you got us dead, we're gonna pop up like Michael Myers and Halloween.
Yeah, we're like Michael Myers, baby.
Look, we're gonna be like this, and then be like
you take
straight
one
up
to
like
the
Undertaker.
You take a 45 to the dome, and we're gonna be back the next time, baby. We don't care. It doesn't matter.
We're gonna be swinging that thing like Chris Jones.
Yeah, dude.
Chris Jones got to get a little look. Mahomes has to beat the Colts. The only team he's never beat in the regular season, the Colts, 0-2.
Yeah.
And Chris
we beat them in
Jones,
the playoffs in Arrowhead.
Chris Jones got hit with that flag and screwed it up against Matt Ryan. Remember that one?
That
For
was
calling
a
him
joke,
old.
dude. That was a joke.
Look, one more thing today. We pulled a rookie officiating crew. The league guys, like the first, they're the number one crew throwing flags this year. So it's going to be
Shut
another flag
up.
fest.
Out there trying
we
to
already
prove
know what we're going
themselves.
to get.
Trying to prove themselves as referees.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. Appreciate you guys. Hit that like button on the way if you haven't. Appreciate everybody that donated, watching all that fun stuff. Share us out with your friends. Let's get this channel rolling, baby. We got to get to 100K. We got a long road ahead of us, so we need all the help we can get. Guys, let's do this thing. We'll see you next time. Go Chiefs.
Get wild.